Hi, this is Oli from Pilates Online Academy, and this workout is for Matt and for everyone who's trained their back and they were actually in pretty bad pain and they recovered from the pain already. Okay, so you shouldn't be exercising when you have a bit like a really bad pain. And now I'll show you exercises. The first 4 exercises you can do them every day for 2 weeks, and if you do them you'll get very good result, I promise you. And the rest are added couple, you don't really have to do them every day. Okay, so make sure you stretch, and while I talked, I hope you already have your mat. So lie down. Okay, so make sure you know what the T-zone is. Draw the pelvic floor up and flatten your low stomach towards the floor. Maintain neutral spine. That means the natural arch in your back would stay. So there's a tiny probably gap would be. For everyone, it's actually the neutral spine is different. Okay, for first exercise, bend knee, fall out. Place your feet parallel, hip distance apart. Inhale in low, one knee towards the floor. And as you exhale in, draw it back up. So the most important thing is that you actually focus on what you're doing and that you work on your T-zone. So don't really move your legs with your legs, okay? So it's the whole movement goes from the muscles of your T-zone, okay? So the muscles where if you place your fingers inside of your hip bones, they should work. Inhaling, exhale up. And remember, tummy is flat. Inhaling, exhale, come back up. And every time you do exercise, imagine it's like the first time you do this, okay? Because I know you're going to do it every day, and it may seem like you're going to get sick of them, but if you approach it as you've never done it before, it really helps. Inhaling and exhaling. And 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Last time. And exhaling. Good. Next one is leg lifts. Or foot lifts. So we're going to lift the leg. So lift the foot off the floor till 90 degrees only. Okay? And put it back on the floor. And in here, the breathing, whatever suits you. So you can inhale and lift. Exhale down. Or vice versa. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Try both ways and see what's better for you. Inhaling, exhaling. And make sure the T-zone is working. It's very important. Good. And again, tummy is in. And again, inhaling. Exhale. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling. And exhaling. 2 more. Lift and place it back on the floor. And again, lift, place it back on the floor. Good. Next one is lift and extend. So inhale, lift again till 90 degrees only. Exhale, extend. And rotate your leg from hip joint out. If you don't have any problems, I know Matt doesn't, but someone who watched maybe. And place it back on the floor. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Place it back on the floor. And engage the buttocks as well. When you extend the leg, T-zone is very tight. Engage the buttocks. Bend your knee. Place it back on the floor. And again, lift. And extend. Bend your knee, place it back on the floor. And again, lift and extend. Bend your knee, place it back on the floor. So the lowest you can put the leg, you should put the leg, it's not that close. Just about like if you curl up, you would see your foot. And if it's too hard for you, you can lift your foot higher. Good. And last time, lift again with your T-zone and extend. Bend your knee, place it back on the floor. Good. And the fourth exercise is single leg circle. So your knee will stay bent, another leg is up. Rotate your leg from the hip joint out. Okay, if everyone not bad. so if you can rotate your leg from the hip joint out. Relax your foot, engage your buttocks. Inhale, T-zone. As you exhale, move the leg outside and down. Inhale, circle around and up. And again, exhale, down, outside. Inhale, circle around and up. So make sure that the knee will stay in the center always. Okay? And engage the buttocks as well. So you should feel it in your T-zone and your inner thigh. So as you move your leg up, I want your knee still looking to the side. And if it's too hard, you can go reverse. So you go down and then outside and up. Down, outside and up. Okay. So make sure that the knee is staying in the center. Good. Place your foot on the floor. Another leg. Rotate your leg from the hip joint out. Relax your foot. Engage your buttocks. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, outside and down. Inhale, circle around and up. I'm asking to relax your foot because for some reason when people relax in the foot, they engage the buttocks. I don't know why, but that's really how it works. Down. So you feel your inner thigh and T-zone. And again, you can swap the direction if it's too difficult for you. And again, so make sure that your pelvis is stable. And to achieve this, it's T-zone. And if it still doesn't help, that means you need to make the circles a little bit smaller. And breathe. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Last time. Down. And up. So these are 4 exercises you can do every day. I'll add a couple more if you like them to do a little bit more. Okay, so curl-ups. One hand on top of another, wide elbows. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Make sure that your knees are together. So squeeze them together, they activate the muscles even more. This will activate muscles even more. And make sure that your neck is relaxed, so tummy is working. And breathe out all the air as you come up. And again. Okay, we're going to modify this. Inhaling, T-zone. As you exhale and curl yourself up. Inhale, extend your arms. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. Inhale, stay there, place your hands behind your head. Exhale and curl. If it's too hard for someone, please don't do this. You just continue doing curl-ups or just rest. And lie down. Inhaling. Exhale, curl up. Inhaling. And... okay, sorry, I think I stopped up the breathing. So inhale, T-zone. Exhale, curl up. Inhaling, exhale, lift a little bit higher. Inhale, place the hands behind your head. And uncurl. One more time. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, extend your arms. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. Inhale, place your hands behind your head. Exhale, uncurl. Good. Next one is going to be pendulum. Place your hands on the floor, palms down, arms on 45 degrees down. Knees together. Squeeze the knees together, so make sure that you're using the stomach muscles, not your legs, but the stomach as you're moving your knees up. Both shoulder blades are on the floor at all times. And you're inhaling when your knees moving towards the floor. Exhale, come back up. And again, inhaling, exhaling. So very small movement to start with, because I don't want to feel anything in your back, only in the stomach. Only in the stomach. And a couple more. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Okay, well, we can do also a single stretch leg. That's quite gentle as well. So we need to curl up if you can't lie down. Otherwise, curling up, place your left hand on top of your right knee, right hand on top of your right ankle. Extend another leg away. And again, the leg should be no lower than actually in line with your face. You can go higher. Inhale when you swap, exhale, extend, change the position of your hands. Inhaling, exhale, extend, engage your buttocks. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Shoulder blades down and back. Couple more. And lie down. And if you feel that you're cracking in your hip, so I know Matt does it. So the only exercise you can do, like I know, so imagine that someone is pressing onto your knee, and at the same time you're going to lift the knee, but you're going to engage the muscle, which is your big muscles here, like it's just inside, and that muscle will actually go to the pelvis and going to stabilize your hip joint. Okay, and lift, so like someone is pressing on your knee, and put it down. So feel and try to engage the muscles that I was mentioning about. I know I should have known the name. I'll check it out. And again. Good. And hug your knees and do big circles with your lower back. One way, then another way. Good. And stretch. One leg is straight on the floor. You can bend it if you like. Another one is up. Point the toe, flex your foot. Point, flex. Point, flex. These exercises actually do stretch your back. Good. And another way. Point, flex. Point, flex. Good. Stretch. Good. So please do these 4 exercises every day for 2 weeks, and then see how you go. If you can do the whole thing maybe 3 times a week. And I hope it will help. And yes, so be very careful. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.